Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Checking off the boxes on your to-do list is a great feeling. And when it comes to checking off coverage, a State Farm agent can help you choose an option that's right for you. Whether you prefer talking in person, on the phone, or using the award-winning app, it's nice knowing you have help finding coverage that best fits your needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members save even more with limited-time doorbuster deals. Save $5 on 24-count Contractor's Choice 42-gallon trash bags, now just $14.78. Plus, get your choice select DeWalt Elite Series saw blades for $9.98. Not a Pro Rewards member? Join for free today at Lowe's. Valid through 9/17. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowes.com/terms for details. Subject to change.
Zaslow, why are you laughing right in Greg Cote's face as he sits down breathless because he has circumnavigated traffic and arrived here like 20 seconds before we started and starts with a cough and
more of a throat clearing.
And a clearing of his throat into the microphone. Why are you laughing in his face?
Well, normally you would think that it's rude to laugh in someone's face. It's very dismissive. It's rude.
Yes, thank you.
But hold on with the thank you. Sometimes it's deserved. Sometimes it's deserved. I mean, Greg, we do a shadow show every day. You don't know that?
Yeah, I'm in once or twice a week.
But those once or twice a week, we always do shadow show, right?
Sure. Yeah, I can't, okay, this is directed down at you. I'm not sure where you live. I know where Dan lives, okay, and I know where he does his show.
It's a veiled threat.
All right, listen here. If you build a shack next to a railroad track, you can't complain about the lonesome whistle, okay? Mm-hmm. You build a studio in downtown Miami, the worst traffic city in America, and expect people to drive here through rush hour. And, you can't complain about the lonesome whistle.
Doesn't rush hour start at 8 a.m.?
No, it's gotten earlier.
Oh, no. At 6:30 in the morning at this point.
I know traffic is thick, but I would not even call that rush hour. That's not our rush hour.
Our rush hour in Miami? It's like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Okay, none of this is the reason that Zaslow was laughing, okay? And none of this, as he gets off his lonesome whistle line, has anything to do with the specifics of why Zaslow was laughing. This is why Zaslow was laughing. Greg comes in here and he says, doesn't the show start at 9? And I'm like, we've been starting. This is the sentence that made Zaslow laugh. We've been starting at 8:55 for over a year.
Yeah, who keeps track of that minutia?
It's true.
Radio people.
Yeah, I don't have the bandwidth for all the details. I don't want to belabor it. I need a staff.
No.
But, we're doing the best we can. Mm-hmm. Pedaling as fast as we can on a small one-man bike.
Again, with a weird saying.
Just that kind of thing,
He's so good at this that he doesn't have to worry about what time things start.
Yeah.
He'll do it on his own time. He'll do it his own way, and the rest of us will get used to it. There will never be any consequences, except that occasionally he'll get rage because he's 0-4 in all of his competitions around here.
Yeah, okay, and there will be no more of those.
In Greg's defense, I mean, look, Greg, you can't control the fact that normally it takes you 45 minutes to an hour to get here, and on a given day, it might take 2.5 hours to get here because of other people's driving, not your own.
Jeremy is, if I could say more than 100%, I would. Although that's an annoyance of mine when people say, I gave 110%. No, you didn't.
You're celebrating Jeremy, and I think that Jeremy was so eager to talk that he didn't hear the news that you had right before he spoke, which is you said you're not doing any more competitions. You announced publicly that you're out on doing any competitions here because you're winless.
No, not because I'm winless, because I don't think that it's a fair playing field.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned this on my podcast, which came out yesterday. I think it's a predetermined result. Okay, I don't think
it's not.
I don't think there was any chance I had
no
to win
evidence
that
of
soup.
this.
It's not
no,
true.
I don't have any evidence.
It's not true.
I was instructed to vote against you, and I went against that trend because they said we need to make sure that this is rigged so Greg loses on his birthday.
Nobody
so he feels
said
extra
that.
Bad.
No one said that.
Okay, I'll.
It was implied.
My lawyer will depose Billy in case a lawsuit is brought. But no, I mean everybody knows that. There's a preconceived thing. All right, it was Greg's birthday.
It's not true.
It was Greg's birthday that day. Everybody figures they're going to let Greg win, and that was the zig, and you guys zagged, and everybody knew it.
Have you ever thought about leaving your house earlier in the morning?
No, because I leave my house damn early as it is. I leave my house between 7 and 7:15. Ridiculous.
So long, we're so damn excited that we put it in a song. Don't need no check downs, give me big hits and quarterbacks. Keep your fantasy team from falling off the track. Football is back, Jack. Whether on the ground or through the air, when the chips are down and you throw a prayer. When your team is primed and on the hunt, it's 4th and 10, you refuse to punt. When the shoulder pads and helmets crack, that's how you know that football is back, Jack. Let me hear you say, football is back, Jack. This high is wild and out of control. And we're gonna ride it every week till we reach the Super Bowl. Don't need no check downs. Give me big hits and quarterbacks. If you say this game's the best, I'll say it's a gag. Football is back, Jack. Football is back, Jack. Football is back.
Jeff Conine finally texted you back. Jeff Conine got back to you. We wanted to talk to him about whether or not he's got the strongest hands in the history of handshakes. And it took us 2 or 3 days to reach him, FaceTime, an assortment of things. But we finally have closure on this. Chris, what did we find out about Jeff Conine's availability or lack of availability?
On Friday, sent him a Zoom link with a text, hey, we'd love you to pop on right here. That just kind of went unanswered. And so right after the show, I'm like, all right, hey, you can respond just via text. Here's a couple questions. Did you enjoy your time with us? And do you remember how strong Mike Ryan's handshake was? So I have answers to both of those questions.
Wow. Okay.
First question, did you enjoy your time with us? He wrote, yes. There you go. Wow. I feel like that's a win for us.
Right. What enthusiasm!
You guys thought he did not enjoy.
I would say he was a tough book to read.
Yeah, I don't agree, and maybe that's because I was sitting in the room here with Conine. I thought he enjoyed his time here. Maybe it came across different to you guys.
Are you a teacher's pet? Like, what's your role here exactly? Just agree with everything that Dan says, shit all over Greg.
Don't even start with me.
Oh wow!
Don't even start with me.
We had such a great time in this
too
room.
early
Jeff
for this
Conine's
shit.
not listening to you. He doesn't care if you think he had fun or not.
It's too early for you to be pulling this shit.
No, it really isn't. I agree with Billy. I mean, obviously you voted. You were the deciding.
He got
vote
the memo
against me.
The soup. We're back to the
Fall
soup.
in line. Yeah.
Are you officially saying you're out on competitions? You're forever going to be winless around here in competitions because you're quitting the competitions because you think they're rigged. When I'm telling you they're not rigged. When I was singing you happy birthday, it's because I thought Zaslow was going to give you the gift of winning a competition that I didn't think you should win because Mike decided to make my favorite soup. And I'm sorry. He tilted the scales in his favor by making what is my favorite soup. I'd argue that the Thai coconut soup is the greatest of all the soups.
Yeah.
I'd argue that it's better than all of them.
Did you taste the coconut?
Here we go again with the coconut.
No, I was just curious.
But you're officially saying you're out on all competitions.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no question about it.
We'll find one for you to do against Zaz.
I doubt it.
What is it that you're agreeing with Billy on, or are you just lining up against Zaslow?
No, I'm not. Zaslow's role on the show is to line up against me. I get that.
That's not true.
Nobody's told me that.
That's not true.
All right. Okay. All right. You all are painting me as somebody who's paranoid now. Okay. Yeah. I'm making everything up. Okay.
All right. The rest of this text. So I also wrote, do you remember how strong Mike Ryan's handshake was? His response, who is Mike Ryan? He followed up, I don't remember anyone having a memorable handshake.
Classic Jim.
Wow.
Oh,
I told Mike this, and his response was, I don't remember his either.
Okay. So. All right. I'm glad we finally got to the bottom of that. A number of things that I wish to talk about from last night, okay? Because a lot of people are talking about Tom Brady wearing a headset. And that's the most disastrous game Geno Smith's ever had. It's been 10 years since any quarterback had a game where they tried to throw down the field that much and didn't complete anything at all. That Chargers defense is quantifiably good. Obviously, Khalil Mack being hurt doesn't help anybody, but that defense is the average pass attempt against that defense is 3.2 yards. It's the best in the league by miles. And Zaslow, with cream cheese on his face, walked in here this morning and was willing to make a proclamation.
I think Jim Harbaugh is an all-time great coach. I'm just looking at his resume. You see what he did, obviously, at Michigan, where they won a national championship, and by the end of his time there, they were always beating Ohio State. Go back before that, he took over a 49ers team that was garbage, and I think it was by his second year with San Francisco. He had Alex Smith in the NFC Championship. The next year, he had Colin Kaepernick in the Super Bowl, and then he's in Los Angeles now with the Chargers, and they were whatever last year, and now they look like they're going to win the AFC West this year. They are now part of it is Chiefs aren't as good, but the Chargers are going to be a really good team, and it's only his second year there. Literally everywhere he goes, not only does he turn the teams around, he turns them around really quick.
Put it on the poll, please. Is Jim Harbaugh already an all-time great coach? I admire the choice that he made in choosing that as his landing spot when he had choices, because the smartest choice to make is get the young quarterback. Make sure that at that position you're solid. But the reason they won last night is not because of the quarterback. The reason they won last night is because their defense is so good. Let's put that game off to the side for a second, though, because we'll talk about the Brady elements of that in a moment. But now that Brady's no longer on the field, he at one time was consensus, don't leave him any time. If you leave him any time, you're going to lose the game. He's going to get down the field. Then he was replaced by Mahomes. Don't leave him any time. I'm wondering how close Baker Mayfield's now creeping into the conversation, and I want to examine for a second. Just this shows history talking about Baker Mayfield, because Baker Mayfield got swallowed by Brown's expectations. He decided to play hurt when they had Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. He was playing while hurt. He ended his career in Cleveland, and nearly because he was playing while hurt, ended his career in general. If he does not have that Monday night game, meaningless for the Rams, for Sean McVay, I believe that Baker Mayfield never gets to start again. And now I'm willing to make the argument that at the end of games, he's one of the top 5 guys I fear that he's going to do what Tua couldn't against the Patriots, that he is going to figure out a way on 4th and 10 when they're blitzing a corner and there's no room on the field. And this is the other thing from last night's game that I found so interesting. The Bucs were primed to get beaten because their tackles were out, and those pass rushers are good. Mike Evans was shut down. I know it said 5 catches for 50 yards, but when you can take Stingley, put him on Mike Evans, and just know he's not going to get down the field, you've shut down one of the great receivers, a Hall of Famer of all time. Baker did not have a lot of help. In that game, what happened is first 4 drives, all scores by both teams. Then nothing happens the rest of the game. Nothing until the last 5 minutes. And Houston does the things that at home win a game. And you got 4th and 10 in the opposing stadium. And Baker Mayfield pulls it out. So I want to ask the group, make the list for me. Now that the Chiefs are 0-2, I still think Mahomes is on there. And I still feel, obviously, anytime I'm on defense, I fear Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. But at the end of games, I don't fear them in an appreciably larger way than Baker's going to figure out how to do something here. He's done it the first 2 weeks of the season, and he routinely does it. Like, I obviously Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are better quarterbacks, but I'm talking about a thing here that Tua doesn't have locally that Baker Mayfield clearly has. He can win games late when you need your quarterback to be doing that.
I've got a top 5 list that I wrote down of guys that are that exact thing that you fear in the last couple of minutes of the game to make plays to win you the ball game. You guys ready?
Give me just a second here to just get off some stats here, because since 2023, this is a real stat. Give me the stat of the day music here, because I believe that this is an excellent stat for stat of the day, now that Patrick Mahomes is a dink and dunk quarterback.
Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day. Start of the day, start of the day. It is your start of the day.
There's no way the Buccaneers should have won that game. Like, honest to God, you're on the road. The Texans are trying to avoid 0-2. And what I'm telling you, your main receiver's getting shut down, and your backup tackles are facing that pass rush. Here's the stat of the day. Games with 320-plus passing yards since 2023. Patrick Mahomes, 3. Jake Browning, 3. Who do you fear when I think off the top of your head, if I take Brady and Mahomes off the board, who's the guy now that you're saying don't leave him time late in the game?
Probably Josh Allen.
Yeah, I would have said Josh Allen. And I don't have the comparative stats. I do know that Baker Mayfield, since 2023, has had more fourth quarter and overtime touchdowns than any quarterback. And also, this guy has just reinvented himself. I mean, Baker Mayfield was a laughingstock punchline, 3-4 years ago? He hasn't reinvented himself to the point now you hear that name and you think, wow, that's a really good quarterback who wins, who knows how to win a game that's teetering.
That stat of the day presented by Amazon Prime Video. Thursday Night Football is on. The Miami Dolphins take on the Buffalo Bills. Coverage begins Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video.
When did 7 p.m. start for Amazon? Is that new, or have they always been doing that? When I saw the 7 p.m. start time,
that's coverage.
That's the broadcast.
Okay, all right.
That's getting you ready for the game.
They have a damn good one there, too.
You know what nobody tells you about being a new dad? It's not just the diapers and the wipes, that's obvious. It's the hidden stuff, the baby swing after we already purchased the other baby swing, the bouncer, the pack and play, the 20 different bottles, because apparently my kid hates every single one, except the most expensive one, which is the glass, by the way. Don't get me started on late food delivery orders with my wife, and me too tired to even look or cook or think about food. I'm staring at my bank account like, where did it all go? That's where Monarch Money comes in. It's like a financial tool belt for everyone, not just dads. You link all your accounts, your credit cards, investments, even the old stuff from jobs you forgot about, and it lays out in a way that even a sleep-deprived parent like me can actually understand. Normally, money talks are stressful, but with Monarch, we can track everything together, set goals, and actually feel like we're on the same team. Less stress, more clarity, and finally, a plan for our daughter's future. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code DAN at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code DAN.
I'm just trying to live up to the version of me my dogs think I am. Dopey and Izzy, they assume I've got it all together. Meanwhile, I'm Googling, can dogs eat watermelon? While realizing we're out of food and, oh yeah, I forgot the flea meds. Luckily, Chewy had both delivered fast. Now they're well-fed, itch-free, and still think I've got it under control. Thanks to Chewy. Trusted by over 20 million pet parents, Chewy makes it easy with over 100,000 products from top brands. Food, treats, beds, toys, you name it. No store trips, no markups. Just fast delivery right to your door, usually in 1 to 2 days. They've even got vet-recommended flea and tick meds. Plus, auto ship, so I never run out of the essentials. Dopey and Izzy think I'm the best when really, it's just Chewy. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard That's chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. chewpanions.chewy.com/LeBatard Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Hey, listeners, it's Mike. Hey, Billy Gill.
Hey.
Hey, Billy, as a proud member of your inner circle, remember when we were hanging out last weekend?
Oh, yeah, fishtail palms.
The fishtail palms, the great memories we made, kids playing in the pool, and in our hands, a nice ice-cold can of Miller Lite. Oh. It was so hot out.
I know, but it was so cold in my hand.
We took that first sip. It was crisp. It was refreshing. Oh, man, there is nothing like cracking open a Miller Lite with your crew and your inner circle bones.
Hell yeah. We fist bumped.
Whether it's, we actually really did. Yeah. Whether it's that touchdown.
Didn't make a sound, but it just thought
bam! Boom! Whether it's that touchdown you didn't see coming or just arguing about fantasy lineups, you and I did plenty of that. Miller Lite has been the taste that you can depend on for 50 years. Brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's the kicker, Billy.
What?
It's just 96 calories.
What?
3.2 carbs. Huh? Per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hitting different 5 decades later. Miller Lite, great taste, 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Don Le Batard.
Is there back in my day?
There is, actually.
What?
Were you not going to tell anyone?
What?
Wait a minute.
You guys, guys,
How long have I been doing this
it's
show?
a Tuesday.
Stugotz. Here's your guy, Greg Cote, with Back in My Day.
I hope I have it. Okay, here it is. Sorry. Adultery.
Yeah.
We are back again.
That is
Waiting for this one.
This is the Don Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Has Baker Mayfield reinvented himself, or is it just, hey, remember, it used to take quarterbacks a few years to be able to play at this level?
For me, he has. And Sam Darnold has to a lesser extent, but I would put those two in the same category. They were seen as draft busts a couple of years in. And
Baker Mayfield was running scout team in Carolina.
Yeah.
Last night was so infuriating to watch that game. You have Baker, who was available for everyone to have a couple years ago, and I'm sitting here with Tua. You see the Texans fans booing C.J. Stroud on a couple drives. I'm like, these ingrates. You don't know how lucky you have it.
Do I have it correct? Is this an accurate appraisal, what I'm about to say? Baker Mayfield was on a 1-year prove-it deal because the Bucs thought Kyle Trask was going to be their quarterback. Do I have that wrong?
I think when Brady retired, the initial thought was Trask could be the guy.
No, he was brought in to compete that first year
but
with the Bucs.
It was a 1-year prove-it deal. Trask wasn't drafted that high, but was Trask not viewed as somebody?
I think you're right.
At the time, people were saying, well, Baker will keep it warm for Trask, but this is not going to be Baker Mayfield's team. I really think that Baker Mayfield, I can't believe what I'm saying, that Baker Mayfield was this far from being a backup quarterback to now he has gone right to the top of the list of the first 2 games this season. He's led game-winning drives, and this is per ESPN here. The 2025 Bucs are the first team since the merger to score game-winning touchdowns in the final minute of their first 2 games.
Well, and how about this? Baker Mayfield is the second quarterback in the last 30 years to lead back-to-back under 2-minute drives to win the game in the last 30 years. Second quarterback.
Am I overreacting when I say, I know it's recent, it's the first 2 games of the season, so obviously it's noticeable. Daniel Jones is suddenly getting MVP talk because it's the first 2 games of the season.
By whom? Who's getting MVP? By the way, not to call people out in our industry, but I saw a couple of weeks ago.
Speak their names, man.
No, I don't want to say their names. I saw a very prominent show where a guy kicks field goals and kicks and gives money away.
He was a punter.
No, I'm saying other people kick field goals. He gives money away. They had a topic on the show saying, is Daniel Jones the MVP? 2 weeks ago. I didn't like that.
I think.
Who do you think on College Game Day is watching you?
No,
and stealing
nobody.
your takes just out of curiosity.
Nobody had.
Because I know in the past you've accused Mina Kimes of doing such. So who on College Game Day is sitting around taking notes of your top 5
Could be a producer
and stealing your
feeding
takes?
talent.
Could be.
All of a sudden, PM has a topic. I have the picture of it.
Pat McAfee is watching you to take your
I don't say
takes.
him. Somebody could be.
Pat McAfee has been saying since the beginning of the season that the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. He's obviously
every season
in the tank for the Colts. Do you want to do your top 5 list now? Do we have OLIs? These are the guys you trust the most, quarterbacks you trust the most at the end of a game.
Yes.
All right. Any OLIs?
Yes, one OLI. Not my official top 5, but thank you, Chris, for bringing it up. Really quickly, number OLI, Jaden Daniels.
I think all of us should probably, if we're going to be analyzing football, also point out already 2 weeks into the season, what is it? 20% of the starting quarterbacks are hurt.
Yeah.
Is it 20%?
I saw the graphic. It was like 8 guys. I was like, wait, when did that guy get hurt?
It's 2 games into the season, and 5 quarterback starters are out.
Yeah, and one of them's not Tua.
That is true. That's an upset. Number 5, Matthew Stafford.
Oh, that's true.
Guy like in the grizzled veteran, got the gray hair going.
That is a great one.
Lasers all over the place. Number 4, Baker Mayfield.
I'd put Stafford ahead of Mayfield, but
you put Stafford ahead of Mayfield.
You just put Mayfield ahead of Brady.
No. I did not do that. I put him at the top.
You put Mayfield ahead of Brady.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah,
you said the top. You said of all-time quarterbacks, he's better than both Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. It was amazing.
You did kind of wonder whether Mahomes was still in there. I was like, of course he's still in there.
He wasn't in there the first 2 weeks of the season. I wasn't expecting him to do shit at the end of games. Were you? Were you? Everyone's mad at the Eagles for being 2-0 because of the way they're 2-0. Look, that league, everything that's happened on defense in that league that makes all of these quarterbacks go for 150 yards, the defenses have gotten so suffocating that they have ruined the entertainment value of Patrick Mahomes. Ruined it. It's not partially ruined, it's ruined. I'm watching a quarterback who looks like all the other quarterbacks when all I heard the last 3 seasons was a complete hyperventilation from the broadcast media that felt like they were watching something that was more aesthetically pleasing than anything else in the league.
But is it his fault? I mean, Isaiah Likely is out, or not Isaiah, Xavier Worthy is out. Travis Kelce can't catch. It's not Patrick Mahomes' fault.
Rashee Rice is suspended the first 6 games.
I mean, he's missing a lot of weapons.
Yes, that's true, and I saw him in a Super Bowl get throttled, not this last one, the other one against Tampa when he doesn't have his offensive line. Agreed on all counts.
And Travis Kelce looks spent, too. He looks like he's more worried about his podcast than he is catching football.
But he is a dink and dunk quarterback, and I don't believe that if Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson had, you mentioned Likely's out, I can have them lose guys, and they will have a variety of game. They would have a versatility required in today's game that might not make them look, again, as unaesthetically pleasing as what I'm watching from the Chiefs offense, when what I was used to, guys, you remember, you never bet against the Chiefs, no matter what the point spread was, and you assumed every game that they were going over 30 points. That team's dead. That team no longer exists. The team that
it's been dead for a while.
I mean,
it's been dead for 3 years.
He threw a dime
3
down
years.
the field,
They've been a Super Bowl every year.
touchdown
Doesn't matter.
pass.
How's it been dead for 3 years?
No, Dan's 100% right.
They almost three-peated last season.
That doesn't matter, but they did it in a different way. They changed the offense completely. They got rid of Tyreek Hill. They went to a dink and dunk. They had 2 high safeties. They couldn't go deep. That was the whole point.
They got to the Super Bowl last year.
3 years in a row, they won 2 out of 3.
They changed the offense completely.
Spagnola would like a word.
This is so much worse than Stugotz's take.
What is worse about it?
Dan, these guys don't know ball. I just realized it. These guys don't know ball.
You're watching one side of the field if you think the Chiefs aren't good.
McAfee's going to laugh at us when he's watching to steal your takes later.
You guys are, again, listening poorly. It's not surprising. Those ears on the side of your head are usually just ornaments. I did not say anything about the defense. I said their offense is no longer fun to watch. That's not up for debate. That's not.
You said the Chiefs are done.
Quote, that team is dead.
That's
a direct quote.
The offense is unesthetically pleasing. They've ruined what it used to be to watch Patrick Mahomes play football.
Agreed, but let's also agree it's not Patrick Mahomes' fault. He does not have a great running game. He does not have anywhere near an elite receiver. Travis Kelce looks old all of a sudden. I don't blame Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's lost anything. I think his surrounding talent has hit a crater.
The average yard per attempt on what Patrick Mahomes is doing, for whatever the reasons are, because I remember when he had Tyreek Hill 50 yards downfield and Travis Kelce was Gronk. And back then, when he had that, everyone was telling me how great Mahomes was with or without them. They won a championship after Tyreek Hill left, but the offense is no longer a pleasure to watch. No one here is disagreeing with this, correct? It's not a pleasure to watch that offense. You can blame everybody but Patrick Mahomes. We know he's a great quarterback. That's not up for dispute. We know that he's a great quarterback.
I agree with you, but I also don't write off the Chiefs at 0-2. For reasons that you can and you do write off the Dolphins at 0-2, I think it's very, very premature to write off Mahomes and the Chiefs at 0-2.
Let me ask you something. When the Dolphins lose on Thursday night to drop to 0-3. All right, man. When the Dolphins lose on Thursday night to fall to 0-3, does Tyreek Hill then also play for the Chiefs Sunday night?
Is that allowed?
Whoa.
I don't think that's allowed.
Why not?
I don't think it's allowed.
Can you play twice in 1 week?
I don't think you can play.
Can.
Why wouldn't that be allowed?
You guys think he can play 2 days, 3 days later? You think 4 days later?
There's players that have been traded that already missed the new team's bye week, so they have an extra game every season.
Yeah. Mikal Bridges played 83 games a couple years ago in the NBA. Everyone else played it too.
You are right that Patrick Mahomes has an assortment of injuries around him. He has had 11 starting left tackles since becoming the Chiefs starter. The only other player with more is Baker Mayfield, but he's played on 4 different teams.
He's also number 4. Number 3 on the list, Josh Allen.
Boy, who's ahead of him?
Wow, 2 better than that.
2 better than that. Thank you. This is the list of guys that you fear in the last 2 minutes of the game to win the game. Number 2, Joe Burrow. Thank you.
Chris is sleeping.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what he's doing.
We do Hayes for the top 5.
It's a dramatic pause.
What, Billy? Go ahead.
Quarterbacks that will win the game?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's never on the field.
On the field.
When's the last time he played?
Number 1,
is he
Patrick.
the modern day
Number 1,
Andrew
Patrick
Luck?
Mahomes.
See, he's not writing off Mahomes.
No, he's still the champ. When it comes to last 2 minutes, who you fear, it's still Patrick Mahomes until he gets dethroned. But Dan's point is 100% correct.
Got the rings, baby. Ringing it. Patrick Mahomes, just look at those red. Look at the jewelry first, and look at the yards per attempt second when he's got no surrounding talent. No surrounding talent. Look, the Chiefs, it's a great division they play in, and they may well not win the division, but I'll take your bet and give you odds if you don't think the Chiefs are a playoff team. They are.
I'm not saying they're not a playoff team. Again, I will say it again and again, and there's not a rebuttal to it. It's no longer fun to watch an offense that I assumed would always go over 30 points every single game they're playing. That I don't see how you argue against that.
I don't.
You said the Chiefs are dead. That's what you said. And it's okay. You can. It doesn't have to be one or the other. It can be, hey, I don't like watching their offense, and they are dead. But you said both things.
I feel like my dad.
And you said that Baker Mayfield's better than Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady. I mean, Dan, what an hour for you.
My dad will just have everyone still in it. They're 0-2. They're still in it.
It's 2 weeks in. Everyone is still in it.
Right. They have elite coaching. They have a great defense. They're okay. Rashee Rice is going to be back soon. They're probably going to.
He's not going to be back soon. He's out 6 games.
They're probably going to trade for Tyreek Hill. They're going to be okay.
He's going to play Sunday night for them.
Greg, just in analyzing throughout the history of sport, when you start 0-3 in that sport, your season tends to be done.
Yeah.
Almost statistically always.
I saw yesterday 4 teams have started 0-3 and made the playoffs since 1990.
Are you talking about the Dolphins or the Chiefs? You think the Chiefs are going to lose to the Giants?
The Bengals are the one that keep doing that 3 times, right? Yeah. The Bengals. I was talking about the Dolphins starting 0-3 and how behind Greg is because the Chiefs are a different 0-2 than the Dolphins are.
Sure.
The Dolphins are a calamitous 0-2. The Dolphins are the worst 0-2 there is in the entire league. Worse than Houston's, worse than the Saints, worse than Carolina's.
Ooh, an 0-2 off. I like this.
The Dolphins, look, no other team in the sport has this around them. Not this around them. Banners. The Texans did boo last night. The Texans fans were booing during that game. C.J. Stroud spoiled them the first season. They can't block anyone up the middle. And that offense is now all of a sudden neutralized. You said you're not used to quarterbacks coming in and immediately being good. C.J. Stroud's kind of started that trend. The first couple of times I saw that, one of the first times I saw it was Cam Newton's first game. He threw for like 400 yards. Usually that's not something that you see. But C.J. Stroud convinced us that he was a good quarterback, but he's now spent more time in the pros with us wondering whether he's a good quarterback than he spent being a good quarterback.
I'm worried he stinks. I'm going to say that out there. I'm just going to put that out there for everybody to think about. I'm worried he stinks.
Because we've seen it before. Like, I know injuries played a role too, but Robert Griffin was amazing his first year.
Rookie of the year.
And, like, he didn't do anything after that, you know. We've seen some of these guys. Cam Newton was able to sustain it somewhat, but we've seen a few of them before Jaden Daniels.
I see your Dolphins 0-2, and I raise you a Chicago Bears 0-2.
That's a bad 0-2. They have a
embarrassing loss.
Worse point differential than the Dolphins.
And I would argue Houston, because they made the playoffs last year, their expectations were much higher than the Dolphins.
Neither of those coaches are going to be fired after week 3 in a conversation. And Zaslow fired
the Bears coach just got hired, so he's not going to be fired.
He's got a little slack.
Andy Reid might be on the hot seat now, though. 0-2 as well.
Yeah, since the Chiefs are dead.
You mentioned, by the way, Zaslow, Cam Newton was okay after that. Yeah, he won MVP after that. He opened with a 400-yard game and then went 15-1.
I don't think I said he was MVP. Okay. I think he's somewhat sustained what he did.
Somewhat sustained.
Well, he didn't have 400 yards every game.
But he was MVP of the league. He did somewhat sustain it to become MVP
Cam, how about you try and recover that fumble in the Super Bowl? You stay there and watch it.
Yeah, there you go. Disappointing career, Cam Newton. Based on talent, based on how it started, in my opinion.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Did Cam Newton have a disappointing career at Le Batard Show? He won an MVP and played in a Super Bowl.
Yeah, you don't agree. I'm surprised.
I mean, he was pretty great. That Carolina team is one of the worst collection of talents I've seen in a Super Bowl, other than the one Rex Grossman dragged to the Super Bowl. Like that team was 15-1.
You know how often Cam Newton has been mentioned in the same breath as Pro Football Hall of Fame? Never.
Okay, but he was the MVP of the league.
Okay. Other people have been and not made, people have great. Washington had a kicker who was the MVP of the league.
Okay, Mark Moseley's the same.
What?
What year was that?
So Mark Moseley in 83, just to be clear.
Even if Mark Moseley's watching this right now, he's like, where'd that come from?
I think it was 82, the strike season.
We should put up Cam Newton's career stats and Mark Moseley's career stats on the screen.
Yeah. Mark Moseley's son would be like, that's not true.
He won an MVP.
I want a side-by-side of Cam Newton and Mark Moseley.
I want what Chris is imagining there, which is Mark Moseley waking up in the morning, firing up the YouTube, watching our show, and being just...
It's like making coffee. It's sitting in the distance. He's like,
hell yeah.
What he did. It is one of the most absurd things. I want you guys all right now, as we're listening to this together, go ahead and imagine a kicker winning MVP now. Imagine under what circumstances we would have to have in football in order for a kicker to win MVP.
What does Zyn give you? Not just smoke-free nicotine satisfaction, but real freedom. Freedom to do what you love and choose your rewards. With Zyn Rewards, you can redeem points for premium tech, outdoor gear, and gift cards to your favorite retailers. Find your Zyn and keep finding rewards that fit your lifestyle at zyn.com/rewards. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
When did making plans get this complicated? It's time to streamline with WhatsApp, the secure messaging app that brings the whole group together. Use polls to settle dinner plans. Send event invites and pin messages so no one forgets Mom's 60th. And never miss a meme or milestone. All protected with end-to-end encryption. It's time for WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone. Learn more at whatsapp.com.
Dan Le Batard.
I've never stepped foot on that campus. If you told me right now your life depends on it, go to Santa Fe University and just take a picture.
Stugotz.
I would die. I don't know where it is.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz.
Are you guys in agreement that Dallas's kicker would have made that from 75 yards on Sunday?
He's got a boot. That's crazy. Could have been 80. He's ridiculous.
How is that a thing? He was kicking it from his own 45-yard line, and he made it easily
Dan, they ran a running play the play before. They were like, no, we're good. He's going to make it. And I was like, wait, what?
70-yarder.
Can went for a draw play?
Can someone explain how the kickers have gotten so advanced in the last 10 years? In golf, you can explain it with the golf clubs. You know what I mean? Is it their shoes? I know bigger, faster, stronger, but it's just the jump. That's the guy.
That's Mark Moseley.
Did he run straight at the
gymnastics
ball?
on that?
That's Cam Newton's comp.
I do think they should bring back the single bar helmet. The single bar helmet is awesome.
Oh yeah, kickers always used to wear those.
What was the name of the kicker? Was it Dempsey, who had half a foot?
Tom Dempsey had half a foot and used a steel toe in his shoe, and now that's what the kickers now are doing. I allege. They're all using steel-toed shoes Tom Dempsey.
No, they're not.
They're not using
it's
their
like the sticky stuff in baseball.
He's alleging. We don't know for sure.
I'm alleging.
Pablo Torre will find out.
It makes sense.
Wasn't there a kicker who used to kick barefoot?
There have been a few. There have been a handful of
not
kickers
for a while,
who have been barefoot kickers. But when Greg says that he had a steel-toed shoe, he was kicking the ball with the toes. That's not something they do anymore.
Straightforward, right?
Right.
Yes, they're straightforward. They weren't coming from the side, and they weren't kicking it with the top of their foot.
Why'd they stop that? You can get some good power on that.
The Gogolax.
Didn't you try that, Dad, when we went to St. Thomas for your 50-yard field goal? You first tried doing it straight at it.
Yeah. I was better soccer style.
Yeah.
Chris, I have told you, in sports, throughout sports, Sports Illustrated did an article about this about 8 or 9 years ago. Nothing has improved more anywhere across sports than the accuracy of kickers versus what it is that was once upon a time, where they go into the 90 percentile or the 80 percentile range, and it's mathematically, it was true 8 or 9 years ago, it's mathematically so, empirically so, that nothing in sports has been more improved than the kicker. And also, if you got a job in football, I understand that the pressure of this job seems unpleasant. Like the Bucs kicker last night was falling apart. The Bengals kicker the other day was falling apart because of the pressure with the job. But it's a really good job to have. If you never have to get hit, you could get paid millions of dollars. And all you're doing all the time is the lonely sculpting and perfecting of that one thing. And you're doing it so clinically and so always that you get as good at it that you're making kicks from your own 45-yard line.
Well, the Brandon Aubrey lore is that him and his wife were watching a game, and then a kicker missed a field goal, and then she's like, you could do that. And he's like, wait a second, I can't.
Well, he
do
was
that.
a soccer player.
For sure, but
his wife was like, he was retired. His wife's like, hey, you could miss those.
Yeah, but he didn't play football, right? Like, he played soccer. Like, that's what he did. And then he's like, yeah, I can go out and do it. And now became the best kicker in the league.
There's no reason that a really good, collegiate soccer player who is not going to go to the next level can't then decide to try out to be a place kicker in the NFL.
You mentioned McLaughlin, the kicker for the Bucs, missing. He did the rare point to the sky after a miss. Usually they don't do it if they miss.
I respect that.
After a make, they do this thing. He missed it, and he gave a very subtle, just thanks anyways. Thank you.
There was a Texan last night that did the same thing on what he thought was a sack, and it was just Baker Mayfield getting a first down. Tackled him 2 yards beyond the first down and was celebrating as if he'd gotten a sack, when all it was Tampa was really happy because it wasn't anything other than a successful first down for Tampa.
Here's an example of the evolution of place kickers in the NFL. One of the first storied Dolphins place kicker was Gary Yepremian.
Go on.
From the Super Bowl era, and his career accuracy percentage was 65%. You do that in the preseason now, and you don't make the roster.
Bill Barnwell was asking on the Dominique Foxworth show if the Cowboys could get a first-round pick for Brandon Aubrey. Could they? And he was also asking the question, it's your life savings. What would I have to set the number at where you're not nervous that Aubrey will come up short? Where do I have to put up the number? You're betting your life savings, and you're betting against the kick coming up short.
How long was the kick on Sunday?
It was 64 yards, and he made it easily from his own 46 yard.
If it was a 70-yard kick, I would take the under.
Yeah, you have to.
No, I wouldn't take the under on 7. He made. What do you mean?
But he's not doing I guarantee you, he still has kicks where he comes up short on that. I'm not saying he's not capable of it,
Chris. But what Tony said is accurate. With 7 seconds left in that game, Dallas was just trying to get the ball to the middle of the field. Like, they weren't trying to get down the field closer. They knew they were in his range. And everyone was questioning how stupid it was to simply run right up the middle if you could just throw an out for 6 yards. But they didn't need it because that guy can obviously make 70-yard field goals. Now, I'm talking about coming up short, though. I'm not talking about actually making the field goal. I'm saying he kicks the ball, you got to be right, it's your life savings. Where do I put the number where you're nervous that he's going to come up short?
If he had to kick another 64-yarder, I'm still going to think he's going to come up short.
If he kicks the ball from his own territory, even if it's his own 49, I would I would bet against him making
But you did see how easily he made the 64-yard.
So from his own 49, it's a 67-yard field goal is what we're talking about.
I'm with Dan, though. Dan's making you put your life savings on this.
Guys,
so you guys are being a little flippant with this.
Guys, he was on his own 45. It wasn't the ball, but the ball was spotted. The ball, when it was held down for the kick, was at his own 45-yard line. That's where he kicked it from.
Right, so it was a 65-yarder. Right, okay.
Does anybody think longer field goals are good for the NFL, good for the sports watchability?
I don't think field goals in general are good for the NFL.
No, I don't either.
I'd like to eliminate them altogether.
And now we're seeing more of them.
I'm serious when I said I think they should be shortening the posts. Not quite as thin as arena football was, but I mean, Dave Damashek came in and he wants an actual box that you got to kick. I'm not doing that, but I think the posts should be much closer together.
Can I get Mike McDaniel sound here, please, that we didn't play yesterday? Because I don't believe this is happening around the Bears. I don't believe this is happening around the Saints. I don't believe this is happening around Carolina, where people are listening to the hometown coach and they're just tired of him yammering in circles.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20. That was critical.
I'm glad he's being honest.
So to win the game, you have to not lose the game.
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
He ain't wrong.
Honestly.
I mean, it is honest, and it is true.
I appreciate his honesty.
Yeah.
What is Big Mac saying? Have you guys checked in with Big Mac? Billy, have you checked in with Big Mac? Every time I come in through the carport, he gives me a thumbs down, and then I'm driving away, and he's just shouting at me how the Dolphins stink.
Yeah, he's not happy with the current state of affairs.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Didn't I tell you? I told you.
You had it right the whole time.
I knew it because I can't stand. I feel sorry for him in a sense, but it's time for him to get out of here. I'm tired of looking at that sad.
Greer, McDaniel, Tua.
All of them. Do it. I told you, do it. It irks me. Yeah. And then he called out the whole doggone team. He don't talk about himself.
It's all we.
You the one messing us up. I told you if we lose the game, if we lose it was going to be because of him. And that's exactly what happened.
Big Mac's take of the day.
Just truth bombs in the local hour between McDaniel and Big Mac. No lies told here. We speak more honestly about the dumpster fire that is the Dolphins here than anyone in entertainment.
Now's a good time to remember where tequila's story truly began. In 1795, Cuervo invented tequila.
Cuervo.
What are you doing here?
Cuervo. Anytime someone says Cuervo, I show up.
Well, I do know that to be true, but even during ad reads, like...
Cuervo.
I think he could lay out, especially for one of our great partners.
Sweet, delicious Cuervo.
Since then, Cuervo has stayed true to its roots. The same family, the same land, the same passion.
Cuervo.
So, enjoy the tequila that started it all. Cuervo.
Cuervo.
The tequila that invented tequila. Proximo. Cuervo.com. Please drink responsibly.
Cuervo.